Good morning everybody. I just wanted to talk you through changing some implements over on our little UME10S excavator, 900 kilos. Got everything that you need. Today I'm just putting on the auger. So I've released the little bucket that was on it, left the pins on it obviously. Come down here. I've actually set it on a couple of tyres for the first time. Just gives you a bit of freedom for movement, just in case it tries to move on you or anything like that. When you get this auger, you have to attach the hoses. They come with the caps on them. Don't lose the caps because you're going to use them later on. For example, there. I found it was easier to do the bottom one first because you can't get the spanner in once you got the second one on. So put the bottom one in first. I think it was 22mm. Do that one up tight and then do the one up with the O-ring firm next, and then proceed on up to do that. They're both the same length. You'll notice here I've just taped it up just to keep it out of the way while we're doing any work, and then later on I'll show you we're going to connect it up to the oil connectors on the side. So I've just inserted the pins again. I'm just about to put the split pins in, so you'll notice just one little thing I've noticed when putting the split pin on the other end. I've noticed it's easy to have the hole coming through horizontal rather than vertical, and I'll show you why. So if we line that up hopefully with one of the pins there, into there, pushes in, and we can line that one up there now and put that one in there. A couple of other things I noticed when I was putting the auger together. Obviously the auger is separate to the drive. This didn't have a lock nut on it or a nylon nut or anything like that. So I've just drilled a 3mm hole through there, and I'll get some clips, put a clip through there. I've just put a bit of wire through there at the moment, just to stop that from vibrating off. So we'll put the pins all through. We'll go ahead and grease it then. Just noticed some of them were loose before, so I'll go through and nip up the grease nipples and the zerks, and then we can proceed to operate the machine as required. Other than that, at this stage, everything on it I'm very happy with. Thank you. Just put the post hole digger on, the auger. It's going well. Just a couple of things to watch out for. The hoses that you connect to there and to the auger itself are reasonably tight. So when you stand back and look at that, there's not a lot of movement available. So just be very careful that you don't overextend it. They could afford to be another 100mm longer. So just something to watch out as we go along. I've connected it up to the locking device here. This moves with the 22mm spanner, so the follow the line means oil pressure is running through it. When you turn that 90 degrees, that will lock off. I was a little bit surprised. It has a cap on the end of it obviously, so oil can't come out, but normally when you are finished with it you would turn it to 90 degrees so there's no pressure protruding past that point. So there's one on that one, and if I walk around there is one on the other side as well. So just there. So again, that's that hose, a bit hard to see in the sun. It's reasonably tight, so you just got to watch out of it. I was surprised. This is pretty tough soil, and that auger went through no problems. Probably the only other slight issue is just when you're traversing with the auger, you do need to have it on tilt forward so that the auger part clears the ground. So just got to be careful of your length when you are doing that. There's a few grease nipples gone over. I'll show you that next time how I did them, but there's one there, there's one up the top. There's another one around the other side. Fairly straightforward to put on. Probably took me about 15 minutes to take one bucket off and put the other one on. And ran reasonably well. The controls are just on the right hand foot pedal. So these are the controls for the auger. Tilt it forward and rotates forward in a clockwise direction. Do that one, flip, put your heel down, and it obviously goes in the anti-clockwise direction. And I would imagine if you got the two hoses mixed up, it would be just a matter of changing them over from there. But so far, very happy with it. Like I said, that's fairly tough soil. I do think the 300 auger is slightly shorter, which means it's probably a little bit more easier to maneuver. I'll check the measurements on that in a minute. And just a couple of things to watch out for. Obviously, that's the bracket to stop it coming back too far. Make sure the hoses are on the front side. Other than that, it was fairly straightforward. To give myself a little bit more height, all I did was put the blade down on the excavator. That gave me another 100 mil or so, just so I could square that up. I did actually try that on a 45 as well, and it worked quite fine. It was very easy to operate and done the job quite easy. Like anything, you know, don't overdo it. It's got its capabilities, and if you just use it to its capabilities, I think you'll be fine for the task you're doing. The oil, hydraulic oil, didn't go down at all by attaching it on. Other than that, very good. I'll stay in tune and I'll give you some more stuff about the greasing of the machine. I've got the foot control. And you'll go forward in clockwise motion, cut the foot off, go any clockwise direction, and it goes fine. And you can't do it at the moment, but you just use your hands, the lower boom and up, same time. But no issue at all, go fine, very surprisingly.